Are you listening? Damn.
Hey beautiful people, thank you so much for clicking on this channel. If you are not already subscribed, go ahead and click this icon right here on your bottom right to subscribe. So I'm hopping on because I kind of wanted to film this video. I've originally from Miami, Florida, 305 baby, and I moved to Austin, Texas for graduate school. Graduated about a year and a half ago and have been working here since and living here since. So every time I call home, my best friends, my mom, my cousins, my sister, and my brother always ask me, hey, how are you liking Austin? You know, what's the biggest difference between Austin, Texas, and Miami, Florida? So I'm gonna answer that question for you guys in this video. But before we get started, not subscribed, click the subscribe button if you like this video and the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my posts. And if you're on Facebook, join our support group. It is public. You can ask questions and share tips. Before I can jump in, I do want to give a disclaimer. This video may not be as favorable towards Austin, only because there's no place like Miami, y'all. Like, you guys are asking me to compare apples and oranges, but so the #1 difference between Miami and Austin, Texas is culture. Now, I don't want to say Austin doesn't have a culture, because they try very hard to create a culture, the sense that they are a weird eclectic city. But Miami is by far more culturally diverse, in the sense that you can actually identify many different cultures, including black culture and white culture in Miami. But it's like so many different layers of cultures. And so there are distinctive cultural neighborhoods in Miami. I always tell folks who are going to Miami, yo, Miami Beach is not Miami. Miami Beach is sort of kind of, you know, when I said forced eclectic culture, Miami Beach is that for sure. That's the Austin of Miami, I guess. But I always tell people, you know, go to Little Havana, go to Little Haiti. When you go to these communities, like, it's like you got off the boat, got off the plane, and landed right there in Cuba, right there in Haiti. Like, you hear the music in the air, you see how people interact, whether they're from that cultural group or not. There's just a sense of community in those places. And if you're going to Little Havana, I say check out Southwest 8th Street, Calle Ocho. And my favorite yogurt ice cream spot is Azucar. I hope it's still open. Yo, if you're gonna walk on Calle Ocho, though, make sure you be careful. There's been a lot of pedestrians getting hit by cars. Another thing that Miami is, they don't care about their life. Jaywalking is an offense that you learn at a very young age, but don't jaywalk on Southwest 8 for your own life. Just don't do it. Take my advice. Yeah, we have these cultural neighborhoods. Another thing about culture. So in Miami, everyone assumes everyone is connected to a culture. And if they are not, people automatically clarify that they're not. So when you're in Miami, people always ask you, where you from? Where you from, fam? And it's like, even if you're born in Miami, you never say you from Miami or from the United States or America. You say, I'm Haitian, I'm Jamaican, I'm Cuban, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican, I'm from Dominica, I'm from Bahamas. Like, no one says they're from Miami or from Florida like that. And if they are Black Americans, so these are our brothers and sisters who family's been in the States for so long that they don't really have a connection to any region other than that spot. So they just say, nah, I'm just Black American. And we automatically understand collectively what that means in Miami. Now, I made a mistake once of asking someone here in Austin, where are you from? And the look that they gave me when I asked that question. So I had to learn really quick about the different mindset and culture and climate in Texas compared to that of South Florida. So in Texas, there's just been a lot of anti-Mexican, anti-immigrant, everything. So when you ask people where are you from, it's sort of kind of, you know, a jab and kind of like threatening, although you're not trying to be threatening. So instead of asking people where they're from here in Austin, I now ask them how long they've been in Austin, because Austin's extremely transient. And I then ask them, are you originally from Texas? And if they don't say no, I ask them where are they from, so that they can understand, like, I'm just trying to get a feel from where they came from, and it doesn't mean that I expect them to not be American or yeah, there's a lot of, don't ask people in Texas where they from. You most likely will get looked at like, what? Yeah, I had to learn that real quick. Oh, food. So there is a food scene here in Austin. There are a lot of restaurants. Some of them, in my opinion, should not even be open, but I digress. So the cuisine, I think the main cuisines in Austin is Asian cuisines. So these are South Asian and East Asian cuisines. I haven't seen, maybe I'm not aware. There are not a lot of selections of Asian food here, although there is a large Asian community. There's a lot of people from Vietnam. There's a big Vietnamese community here in Austin, a big Chinese and Korean community in Austin. I haven't met anyone else either from those three countries since I've been here, outside of grad school. So I think those are the main three Asian communities we have here in Austin. And there is a Chinatown, which is like a China block. And it's not really a Chinatown because you don't hear, you know, Asian music or see Asian people. So it's just literally a shopping center that has Asian lettered words. I don't know if it's Japanese, Korean, Chinese, I don't know what it is, written on it. And there's a grocery store, there's a few restaurants, and that's it. And then you're out of Asia, like Chinatown. It's so stupid. I wish the Asian communities had more epicenters. But yeah, in Austin, there are really no distinctive cultural neighborhoods. One thing, I didn't really realize I was black until I moved to Austin. Yeah, I obviously realized, you know, on The Simpsons, I would check, I'm black, you know, African American, only because they don't give me a choice. I can't, you know, I wish they had like Afro-Caribbean or black, just black. African American is like a distinctive culture, and actually I didn't really meet a lot of African Americans or black Americans until a year ago. Again, I've been in Austin for almost 3.5 years. I started meeting black folks a year ago. Most of the black Americans I did meet, the black folks I did meet were individuals from the continent of Africa. So these are folks that I met in grad school through mutual acquaintances on campus. And they were all African students. So I didn't meet a lot of black American or African American people till like a year ago when I joined this church. Black American communities, there's places where they were. Austin has a big issue, like Miami, with gentrification. And the same thing that's happening with the add-on of Midtown and Brickell pushing people out of Little Haiti and out of Little Havana respectively. The same thing's happening here in Austin. East Austin, which was where they forced all the black folks to be in the first place due to zoning, not zoning, but like literally turning off their electricity and forcing them east of I-35. Sounds like Overtown, doesn't it? So Overtown, the black folks were relegated to Overtown, used to be known as Color Town. After the construction of I-95, they wanted to put all the black folks in that area. I kind of wish that, you know, Overtown still exists only because it's a historical town. It was deemed as a historical marker. If you don't know about Overtown, so a little shout out to Miami history. So Overtown was like the Harlem. Like when the Harlem Renaissance started, like Overtown is where kind of the Harlem Renaissance love and vibe flourished in South Florida, when blues musicians and blues singers and jazz musicians would tour and come to Miami. They played in Overtown. They played at that theater and they stayed in the hotels in Overtown. So, you know, just letting y'all know if y'all don't know about that. Miami history. But yeah, so I honestly am now still trying to understand the African community here. I think every African community, there's some shared experiences, but it's a little different than my African American friends from Miami. I'm still learning. Oh, night scene. So I don't like going to bars or clubs here because they're stupid. It is what it is. Biggest difference, the dancing, or what is considered dancing. In Miami, we dance at clubs. We either dance, or we're dancing. Here, people do this and drink and this. That is not fun to me. Again, this could be a biased perception, but I went to all the hot places here in Austin and I never found a place I actually had a lot of fun in, like I do in Miami. 6th Street, Dirty Six, whatever they call it, they have a bunch of dive bars. It's boring. They play music, the DJs ain't all that. I only met like one DJ that I actually liked in Austin. Yeah, it's just, sorry if I say, it's just really too white for me. And when they do play hip hop and R&B, Jesus, I don't like it. Even West 6, which is like a little bit more grownish, still is just drinking and talking. Not fun for me. Domain is a new spot people go to. Grown and Sexy. They have hookah lounges, just sit and talk. I can deal with those, but mostly I could just stay in my own damn house and invite my friends over and let's just drink with water, coffee, chocolate, whatever, and just talk by the pool or here. Like, I don't need to go places to do that. In Miami, we dance. Like, there's 3 types of ways people party in Miami. 1, a club. I've been to a club 3 times in Miami. Although I did enjoy myself because I used to be a dancer. I love dancing. It ain't my scene. 1, because I'm not trying to get shot at. And 2, it's not my scene. I like to be around folks I know. These men out here be trying to grab anybody like they know them. Like, I'm good. 2, we'll have house parties. I can say that the house parties were a little bit more intense than the clubs in Miami, okay? So most of my partying days came from house parties or rent out parties. So people will rent out venues, charge, have a cover charge, and people will go there and party. And sometimes they do it with yachts and mansions and stuff like that too. So that's how we party in Miami. But you know what? 3 things make a good party in Miami: a good DJ, a huge enough dance floor, and good cultural ethnic food. Yes, and drinks there or there, and you don't have to drink to have fun. Like, I can get high off of a good song, of good music, so I can get my groove in and do my little compa, or my merengue, or my bachata, even my hood music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to dance. They don't do that in Austin. So, yeah, night scene is not my cup of tea. Now, the good thing that I do like about Austin is the nature stuff. In Miami, I was spoiled. My backyard was a giant park. Granville's Park was my backyard, so I used to do there a lot. There was a lot of nature trails and mounds, and I loved it, and I lived right behind it. We have the beach, but other than that, we don't have a lot of green spaces where you can be outdoorsy. So that's where I like Austin. I love that there's so many hiking trails. There's so many outdoorsy things to do that I get to be a little bit more Mother Nature-ish, Mother Earth-ish when I want to be. So that's where my hippie vibe, my hippie flag flies free, if that makes sense. Austin, again, I'm not saying they don't have a culture. I sometimes just feel as though they're trying to force a culture. Like, there's even this term, keep Austin weird. If you see how people dress, like in Miami, we're more dressed to impress, especially when it comes to church and work. I used to wear heels to work, wear makeup every day to work. I used to wear heels. Like, you don't, my mom used to tell me, you don't go to church without heels. You know, you dress up. It's a little different here. It may be a cultural or generational thing too, but the church I go to now, I feel as though I'll probably get more along with the older folks because they kind of like are more similar in terms of their expectations and way that they dress for church is similar to the Haitians back at home. But here, like in Austin, people, it has a hippie vibe to it. It really does. I've seen so many female nipples since being here. Like in Miami, I'm used to women with smaller breasts, free balling, you know, letting it hang and it being okay. But even women with large breasts like myself will just go around with no bras on. And I will do it sometimes if the shirt allows me to do it. But sometimes they don't care what type of material shirt they wear. Like they just let their nipples stick out and like saying hello, hello, hello. I'm like, okay. That's a little bit different. That's beyond my hippie level. Yeah, that's some of the things I've observed, differences between Miami and Austin. Hey, it's Kim here. Thank you so much again for tuning into this channel. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications. Do you want me to talk about something specific? Please leave a comment below, either if you're on Facebook, Instagram, or on YouTube. Leave a comment and I'll be sure to post it. Thanks for tuning in.